Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome to another TSW news video and Happy New Year. If you've not been on any of the other videos yet, it's a long time since we've done one of these, so Happy New Year. Seems silly that, doesn't it? So far into January. But yeah, some great news. We speculated last night on the regular Monday live stream that I do. When are the updates coming out for TSW? When's the new content coming out? When do we expect the first bit of content? Well, right on cue. Here it comes today. So the Avanti West Coast Class 805 coming soon. In fact, it's coming on the 27th of January. Today is the 20th, so it's a week away for us, which is great. We're going to get into the article which has come out this afternoon from Dovetail. As we usually do, we'll review what it's all about, what content you get with it, what are the differences between this and similar locomotives or units that we've got in TSW6. So first of all, there will be a preview for this, and as I'm recording this on the 20th, it will be tomorrow on the 21st. That's on Dovetail's channels at the usual time in the evening if you're in the UK. So be sure to check that out and you'll get a look at it in action for the first time as well. But yeah, this is the Avanti West Coast 805, and it says Avanti West Coast fleet of 13 Class 805s were ordered to replace the Voyagers, with the modern bi-mode technology allowing for Chester and North Wales services to use overhead power where possible, as well as boosting capacity elsewhere on the West Coast mainline. The BR Class 805 is part of the AT300 family, which since 2017 has been established as the mainstay attraction for long-distance services between England, Wales and Scotland. And other members of this family exist already, of course, in other Trainsim World add-ons, notably the 801 for the East Coast mainline and the 802, which we've got for the Riviera line as well. Some of these screenshots are great. I can't wait to see it in action, I'll be honest. It goes on to say that the Avanti West Coast Avero is one of the latest innovations of the fleet, featuring a familiar shell, but with a much more ergonomic interior, refined cab, optimised kitchen space and comfortable first class section, with the rest of the train prioritising a much welcome capacity upgrade on the West Coast mainline. With quieter traction, lower emissions and a fresh, modern interior, the 805 is built for the future of rail. I'm just looking. It looks like there's a little bit more to this cab than there is in the Azuma, for example, when we look at this. There's a little bit more detail. It's nice to see that the screen's on the other side here. It's showing Stafford with the destination of London Euston there on the screen over on the right-hand side. I do believe that this is different up here, is it? This is the aircon for the driver up here, so this console looks different to me up on this side, but we'll have a look. It's been a while since I've driven the Azuma, and actually the 802 on Riviera. It's been a couple of months, I think, since I've driven that. But more screenshots. Looks nice on the interior. This is first class. It says in Trainsim World, the train has been recreated with precision and care based on real-world references and operational knowledge. From the clean lines of the Avanti livery to the modern cab packed with interactive features, every detail has been considered. All the sounds have been refreshed using direct recordings from the Hitachi AT300 fleet, which is really nice to hear. And that's been provided by Sam TSM, delivering a rich and immersive audio experience that brings the train to life, because that's really, really important, isn't it? Whether you're coasting into Euston on time, which is rare in my case, managing a late running service under yellow signals, or switching traction modes on the fly, the BR Class 805 offers a modern and rewarding driving experience on one of Britain's most important intercity routes. And of course it goes on to say that there's train faults and the usual pantograph failures, wiper blades, all the usual faults we've become used to with the other stock we've had since TSW6. It mentions the passenger announcements, but it does say updated internal PIS displays, so we'll have to check that out once we get a proper look at it tomorrow. As far as gameplay goes, the Class 805 add-on adds 2 new 2025 era timetables, one for each modern stretch of the West Coast Main Line, so those being the West Coast Main Line South, which is London to Milton Keynes, and then the other one, of course, is the West Coast Main Line Birmingham to Crewe, which was created by All Aboard Studios, and of course the 805 itself comes to us from All Aboard Studios as well. So first of all, let's have a look at the West Coast Mainline South, London to Milton Keynes, and it says this is one of the most detailed and traffic-heavy timetables ever introduced in TSW, with over 2,000 total services and more than 1,000 that are drivable. Should keep you busy for a while. And among these are 27 newly added Class 805 services based on real-world Avanti West Coast diagrams running from early morning through to late at night. You'll be sharing the route, of course, with Class 350s, the Pendolinos, the overground and underground services and freight movements, which are all layered together to create a busy and believable mainline network. There is a note on the bottom, though, to get some of that content, the overground, for example, the underground, you will need additional content for that. That won't come packaged as part of this timetable. It will appear if you already own it. I'm sure there's going to be another article on that somewhere down the line saying what you need for the individual layers to appear in the new timetable, because that's quite important to point out. Looks like Euston in this shot looks good with the sunlight there on the platform. It mentions there'll be a full tutorial as well, walking through every system with 5 scenarios. Again, as well, we will cover this on the channel, hopefully in early access, and I'll also go through the tutorials, etc., to get us up and running in the 805. It mentions a little bit there about what the scenarios are. Then we go on to the Birmingham to Crewe. It mentions that this 2025 era timetable doesn't replace the original 2019 version. Instead, it provides a completely different style of action that reflects how the route runs today. So, that being Liverpool services now turned back at Birmingham New Street, the Stoke Loop service is represented through an AI shuttle that waits out on Stafford Platform 6, and the much loved, certainly on this channel, Class 390s between Crewe and Birmingham now call at Stafford with reduced wait times at Wolverhampton, which is much better. And that better reflects the current pattern. The variety continues with broader freight representation, fresh rail tour paths, and a set of ECS moves that ensure there's always something happening around you, which is great. Nice to know that it's going to look busy. That's one of the main things. The 805, look at it in the snow. It looks great, doesn't it, by the way? Look at the sky. I hope that's a real screenshot from TSW, because that sky looks great. It really does. We were talking about dynamic weather, weren't we, last night on the live stream, and the pros and cons of dynamic weather. This here looks pretty nice. It looks good. I can see the snow falling as well. Lovely. The 805 sits naturally within this updated flow, strengthening the sense of a living modern West Coast main line without dominating the timetable. Contributes with a mix of short and long distance workings and regular depot moves to and from Oxley, helping the wider service pattern feel busy and up to date. West Midlands Railway continue to handle stopping and fast regional runs between Birmingham and Wolverhampton. LNWR's Class 350s manage their established semi-fast pattern to Crewe, and Transport for Wales maintain their cross-border movements in line with present-day behaviour. There's a number of special workings as well that also appear. This includes Class 47 rail tours and the recreation of the 2024 Class 323 farewell tour, each supported by unique empty stock activity. That's quite nice, isn't it, that there's been a nod to the 323 there as well. That's a nice addition. Across the full 24-hour period, the timetable contains 2,171 services with a total of 510 that are drivable. It makes full use of the modern stock where appropriate, with some old attraction retained where it improves the completeness and gameplay value of the timetable. And as with other routes, layers that affect immersion can be disabled to suit player preference. So if you think something is not era specific in there, you can always disable it, is what it's basically trying to say there. It says the aim is to simply provide another fully organised, believable and contemporary timetable for Birmingham to Crewe that stands confidently alongside the new West Coast Mainline South 2025 timetable. I can't wait to jump into this. I've got to admit. Now, what about the price and what is it available on? This is another important point. The Train Sim World 6 Avanti West Coast Class 805 is releasing on the 27th of January, and it's coming to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, Epic Game Store and Steam, and it will cost you £14.99 if you're in the UK, or €17.99 or $17.99. So there you have it. There's a little reminder there about tomorrow's preview, which is with Harry, Matt and also Dan and Kieran. on the YouTube channel or Twitch channel of Dovetail. But what do you guys think? This is the first release for us of 2020. And is it 2025 then? 2026? There's too much talk about 2025 timetables there, which is confusing. 2026, we're running in a 2025 timetable on both of these timetables that we're going to get with the 805. Some of you have had a bit of trouble with the Birmingham to Crewe route, let's be honest, with blurry textures, etc., and things not running quite correctly. I'm going to assume before this releases, there will be something that comes out to patch a lot more of that. I'm assuming, I don't know. I would expect, hopefully, that there is, to encourage that you that have been having problems with that route specifically to pick this up, this low-code DLC. Time will tell. As I said, hopefully I will get early access to this as an ambassador in the usual way, and we'll be able to play it before the public release. So we'll definitely have a look at that, and we'll run both timetables, and we'll see how it is and how it runs. But yeah, what do you think about it? A lot of you are excited about this. A lot of you were in last night's live stream and were commenting that the news you were waiting for was this, the 805. So drop me a comment below. Do you think it's a good package? Is that the right level of content that you wanted for this, for the 805? Is it the right price? $14.99 if you're in the UK. Is that fair for this amount of content? Drop it down in the comments and let me know, and we'll continue the discussion. So don't forget, tune in tomorrow on Dovetail's channels for the preview. You can have a look at it for the first time for yourself. I'll be in there. I'll say hello in chat if you're in. And thanks for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. All the best, and bye for now.